I am in Colorado at the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. I've never been to this national park, and it has one of the most impressive canyons in the entire country, so this is going to be really cool. Let's go check this out. Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park was originally established as a national monument back in 1933, but it was redesignated as Colorado's third national park in 1999. The Black Canyon of the Gunnison is breathtaking and clearly different from other national parks in the region. Look at just how narrow, steep, and deep this canyon is. That is incredible. For my first visit, I'm going to be hitting most of the overlooks along the South Rim Road, but there are other hikes and activities worth returning for. Now I'm stopping off at the Visitor Center, which is closed right now due to the COVID-19 pandemic. That's pretty disappointing, but here's a look inside. The fairly small Visitor Center has a cool canyon view. And I'm gonna walk out to that overlook, known as the Gunnison Viewpoint. There's the Visitor Center perched above a cliff. While this is one of the smallest national parks, it is extremely impressive. The Black Canyon is quite unlike anything I've ever seen. These are some of the steepest cliffs and oldest exposed rocks in North America. For over 2 million years, the Gunnison River and the forces of weathering has sculpted this canyon. It's like a vertical wilderness of water, rock, then sky. One thing that's nice about this national park, not only right now because of the pandemic, but I think even during normal times, is that it's never overly crowded like many of the national parks. There's no circling around parking lots 10 times for a parking space, and plentiful elbow room everywhere you go. The North Rim on the opposite side of the canyon can also be visited, but you have to drive all the way around, and that takes time that I don't have right now. One thing that's cool about the North Rim, just as the Grand Canyon's North Rim is criminally underrated, is that it was developed by the Civilian Conservation Corps, so I definitely want to go over there. This is the Pulpit Rock Overlook, and look at the jaggedness of this canyon. It's just unbelievable. From here and throughout most of the overlooks, plenty of light-colored pegmatite dikes can be seen. They are the light-colored streaks cross-cutting the basement rock of the canyon, formed during the Precambrian period. The pegmatite dikes are igneous rock, more resistant to erosion than the dark gneisses surrounding it. They formed over 1 billion years when molten rock was squeezed into the fissures of the gneisses, and when the hot fluid cooled and hardened, the minerals formed into crystals. Also, it is pretty cloudy today, and it's also going to rain a little, which is fun and keeps the Black Canyon's temperature down. But these are not ideal conditions for photographing the canyon and showing it off, and the canyon's colors will not contrast as much with the sky. Gonna take the short hike out to the Cross Fissures view. This overlook may be my favorite because you really feel like you're somewhat immersed into the canyon at this one. Looking almost straight down well over 1,000, maybe 2,000 feet at the Gunnison River below. Another unique feature of this viewpoint is that there's a great view of that gargantuan craggy spire, seemingly in the middle of the canyon. That spire has to be at least 2,000 feet tall. This is Rock Point. Let's check out the view from here. The weather has temporarily cleared up a bit, so it's a good time to check out the Devil's Lookout. Here at Chasm View, the Gunnison River makes its greatest descent within the canyon, dropping 240 feet per mile. The Gunnison River has the 5th steepest mountain decline in North America since it drops on average 34 feet per mile. The Colorado River only drops about 7.5 feet per mile at the Grand Canyon, even though that canyon is significantly larger to say the least. There's some rapids of the Gunnison River down there. Wonder if they do rafting trips through here. There is a perfect close-up view of the painted wall. The very tall one that has lots of pegmatite dikes that almost looks like a Jackson Pollock painting on it. The painted wall is the tallest sheer cliff in Colorado at over 2,250 feet. Here's a comparison of what the Empire State Building would look like if it were placed in the middle of the canyon set against the painted wall. If you've ever seen the Empire State Building in person, you know that it's quite the monolith, but it would only reach about halfway here. That's how colossal this canyon is. Like the Grand Canyon, you gotta see it to believe it. Being here in a rainstorm is fun, and the wind is very intense. This is the Dragon Point. Interesting name. There's another look at the painted walls pegmatite dikes from this angle. Now at Sunset Point, but I won't be staying to see the sunset here, especially since the sun isn't even visible anymore. I've now made it to the end of the South Rim Road at High Point, which does provide a very high angle over the canyon, and High Point is appropriately named for Colorado. This area up on the canyon rim is a dwarf forest. Not home to magical dwarves as far as I'm aware, but that means it's home to smaller species of flora and fauna that can survive up here. I believe those are the Elk Mountains in the distance. From High Point, I'm going to take the trail to Warner Point, the westernmost overlook of Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. All of the other viewpoints I went to were pretty close to the pull-offs, but this one requires about a 3/4 of a mile hike to the point then back. But that's no problem for me, because there are some breathtaking vistas of a valley to the west all along the trail. Look at this guy! I stumbled across a very friendly rock squirrel scurrying around. This dude's probably a lot more amiable than the mountain lions that inhabit this park.
Hi.
All the land past this trail is backcountry wilderness, and it looks like you need a permit to hike back there. Alright, made it to Warner Point. That is an amazing panorama of the whole canyon. It looks like it gets a lot wider here. This viewpoint is amazing. Definitely worth the short hike out to see it. Well, Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park is absolutely awesome. This intensely narrow and jagged canyon is an underrated national treasure. While it's not as big or as overwhelming as some of the other great national parks, the Black Canyon of the Gunnison is a must-see natural wonderland of the American West. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also take a look at my arsenal of national park videos and more. And thanks for watching.